gang, donkey of the day, man.
You are a donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day does not discriminate. I might not have the song of the day, but I got the Donkey of the Day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit me with the hee-haw.
Yeah, it's the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Donkey of the Day for Friday, August 31st goes to Minnesota House candidate Kyle Greene. Look, man, I think like most minorities in this country, I have a love-hate relationship with America. I don't have time to list all the things I hate about this country because I have to start with slavery and make my way up to mass incarceration, cover the unarmed killings of black and brown men, Boondock Season 4, polygamy not being legal. There's a lot of things in this country I haven't historically liked. But one thing I love about this country is freedom of speech, even though we all know free speech isn't free. Okay, it is a cost because you can say what you want, but you can't tell people how to feel about what you said. And if people choose to be offended, then you have to deal with the consequences of that offense. But I still respect the people who speak freely with zero regard to how people will take it. And Kyle Greene is one of those people. We are not going to act like Donald Trump, the celebrity in chief, Mr. Dope 45, hasn't changed the face of politics forever in this country. We don't want politicians anymore. We want human beings. Okay, I want the good, the bad, and the ugly of these human beings we call politicians. We want Bullworth. Okay? Go watch the movie. Google who's your friend, kids. I just want them to be their real selves, all right? We know people aren't perfect. We know people have flaws. I don't need a perfect politician because I know it's no such thing because it's no such thing as a perfect human being. But Kyle Greene is a perfect example of when keeping it real goes wrong, all right? One thing to remember when we think about Donald Trump is that he is a rich, entitled white man, okay? So a lot of the stuff that he gets away with doing and saying is simply good old-fashioned white privilege. So when a brother like Kyle Greene, who is an organic farmer, running for a state house seat in Minnesota, attempts to keep it full real like Trump, we get what we got today. Now, Kyle Greene said in a video posted on his campaign website and Facebook page, he's trying to get the support of voters in Minnesota District 18A, and this is his campaign ad.
Hi, I'm your neighbor Kyle Greene. I'm running for District 18A State Representative. I'm not asking for you to vote for me as your leader. I'm asking for you to vote for me as your public servant. The primary duty of a state representative is to protect all the rights of his constituents. I want to be your state representative. I want to be your public servant. And I want to be your nigger.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That was crazy.
What? I wasn't expecting that.
I'm just looking at Steve, making sure Steve's not laughing. Looking like the purple face devil emoji over there. All right. Okay. All right. All right.
So
okay. Let me see where I take this. Play that isolate the clip to last. This is the last part. Play the last.
I want to be your nigger.
All right.
What?
Kyle said the N-word is part of American history regardless of race, adding it's a part of my history being African American, white, and Cherokee Indian. And he said that he used that slur because he wants people to focus on the real issues at hand. It's hard to focus on the issues at hand when your politicians are just out here throwing that word out all willy-nilly. Now, I don't know anything about Kyle Greene, nor am I a citizen of Minnesota, but I am Googling Kyle Greene today to find out more about him because after this campaign ad I just saw, I am disgusted, but I am intrigued. All right, first of all, white people don't fall for that. If you are a white voter and want to vote for Kyle Greene, just vote. All right, don't get the T-shirts and stickers that say Kyle Greene or nigga. All right, Steve, shut up.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
This is awkward.
Okay. We don't need a Kyle Greene making niggas great again campaign. All right. Kyle, don't you come out blood walking the YG, my hitter, my hitter. All right. No Crip walking the C, murder down for my hitters. You know, I mean, honestly, this I want to be your nigga campaign would be great on Chappelle's show. It would be great on In Living Color. It would be great on Key and Peele. But in real life, not so much. But life is a spoof now. America is one big sketch comedy. Okay, we're really living in the movie Idiocracy for real, for real. America is being executive produced by Donald Trump, and this is what we get. Let's hear it again.
And I want to be your nigger.
No, I need it from the start. Start it from the tippy.
Hi, I'm your neighbor Kyle Greene. I'm running for District 18A State Representative. I'm not asking for you to vote for me as your leader. I'm asking for you to vote for me as your public servant. The primary duty of a state representative is to protect all the rights of his constituents. I want to be your state representative. I want to be your public servant. And I want to be your nigger.
Does this make you want to vote for him?
No.
A little. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna
No,
be
it
honest.
doesn't.
I'm
No,
gonna
it
be
doesn't.
honest.
No, it
I'm gonna
doesn't.
be honest. I need to hear
No, it
more about his
doesn't.
policies, but he
Stop
got
it.
me. I'm gonna be honest. I
Stop
need to
it.
hear more. I need to hear his policies, but he got me. I'm gonna
It
be
did
honest.
get your attention.
It got me. I'm gonna be honest. I want to know why he want to be my nigga. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really going to Google him, and I don't even live in Minnesota. But I'm glad that guys like Steve are in here because Steve is a white man. So when I hear Steve laughing, then I know that's how all the other white people feel when they see Kyle Greene. So Kyle, they're all laughing at you. We're all laughing at you. Please give Kyle Greene the sweet sounds and the hammer tones, please.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
All right. All right, thank you for that donkey of the day. Now, when we come back, let's talk Eminem. He released a new album yesterday, and we got to talk about it. He's throwing shots at everybody, Charlamagne being one of them.
What's new?
Joe Budden.
Joe, happy born day to Joe.
Lil Yachty.
Drake, Academics.
Chance, no, not Chance. Who else did he
Lord
throw?
Jamar. Machine Gun Kelly.
There's a lot.
A lot of people.
There's a lot.
Listen.
And if you heard it, get on the phone
I
lines.
have
We're going to
not
talk about it.
Have you heard the whole album yet, Envy?
No, I haven't heard that album. I heard a majority of it, though.
I've heard the whole album. I think it's a dope album. Way better than Revival, but Revival was whack, so we're not even going to talk about that. But I just don't understand why we got to tell artists their music is whack for them to respond with dope music. Like, if you could do this the whole time, why didn't you just give us this?
And shout out to Jessie Reyes, who's on the album as well.
But I guess
All
we
right.
wouldn't have gotten
Like
this
her.
without whack-ass Revival, so Revival did serve a purpose.
And shout out
Well,
to
let's
Joyner
open it-
Lucas, who's on the album.
Let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Have you heard the album? If not, we're going to play some cuts, take your opinions. Call us up. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee. Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. You all right?
Yes.
All right, let's get to these rumors. Let's talk Eminem.
It's time.
She's spilling the tea. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Woo! Well, this was unexpected. Eminem put out a new album. He tweeted, "Try not to overthink this one. Enjoy. Kamikaze out now."
Well, we're glad you didn't overthink this one, Eminem, because this one is dope. Revival was whack, but this one is dope.
Now, we are going to be talking about this throughout the morning, but there's 13 songs on here. The album's about 45 minutes long. And apparently, Eminem and Paul Rosenberg, his manager, who's also the president of Def Jam, have been going back and forth about Eminem coming at people who come at him. Here's what happened on one of the skits.
Hey, Em, it's Paul. I listened to the new album. Are you really going to just reply to everybody who you don't like what they have to say about you or the stuff you're working on? I mean, I don't know if that's really a great idea. It's like, what's next? Kamikaze 2, the album where you reply to everybody who didn't like the album that you made, replying to everybody that didn't like the previous album. It's a slippery slope. I don't know if it's a really good idea.
But hey,
Anyway, hit me back.
Eminem said, "F it. I am going to reply to everybody."
Why do people have to get told that their music is whack in order to respond with dope music? Like, if Eminem could do this all along, if he still had this in him, why did he even put out Revival?
Well, he probably thought the other album was dope. That was his way. That's what was on his mind at the time.
Can't think of any
There's
artist
feelings.
who's never put out an album that people didn't like if they've had 8 or more albums out. There's always going to be a couple of albums that people thought was whack.
Yeah,
Right.
but a lot of times when we revisit those catalogs, we realize that album we thought was whack was actually kind of dope.
I can't think of one artist who I could say they have 8 albums out and they all was dope.
No, I can't.
Who?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
You don't think there's albums that Jay-Z feels like?
There's albums that came out at the time that I didn't appreciate, but
I don't think there's no
in
whack
hindsight,
albums.
Like Kingdom
I
Come
can't
is
imagine
actually
that
dope in
I
hindsight.
can't imagine that's an easy thing for any artist to do.
The Blueprint double album was had a lot of whack records, but when he scaled it down to the 2.1, it was dope. So
Yeah, he had some songs I didn't like, but all his
Yeah.
albums to me was dope.
yeah.
So who
Just my
else
opinion.
besides Jay-Z? I'm just
said
saying
8 or
that's
more?
not.
I can't
I'm
even
just
think-
saying that's not an easy thing to do.
I'm trying
That's
to
all.
I don't even know who had that kind of catalog.
If you
Who
could
had
tell me
kind
that
of
anybody could put out that many albums and he's been around that long and everybody likes all their albums,
So
I
you
can't.
so you admit you thought Revival was whack now?
All I'm saying is that there's... No, I never said I thought it was whack, but all I'm saying is that there's times that people put out stuff that's not as strong as their previous stuff because their bar is so high, too.
Well, let's talk about the now. Kamikaze's dope.
All right, we'll talk about that more this morning, though. We're going to get into it, play clips for you and everything because it did just come out, so we know everyone hasn't heard it. All right, and Will Smith, he has put out some behind-the-scenes footage of his first time performing with his son, Jaden. Now, this is really cute. This was on stage in Miami during his opening set for J. Cole's KOD tour. Here's how it went down.
So we were trying to determine when you wanted me to come out. Right here?
It came out right here.
Right there?
So, Young King John on the floor, so she broke my heart to the core, so what? I guess we all gotta go.
Boy, you know why you was an icon living? You was born from an icon living. Nothing, just an icon living. What? Just an icon living. Let's go!
All right, so it's cute. The two of them performing together, father and son.
Drop on the clues bonds for the Smiths. You know I'm a Pinkett Smith. Winfrey Knowles Carter. You know that's my last name.
All right, and Colin Kaepernick. Let's talk about what might be about to happen. Team owners might now have to testify. Now, the NFL had filed these legal documents. They tried to say that Colin Kaepernick's saying that they conspired to keep him out of the league was baseless. There was no evidence. But according to the arbitrator, they disagreed with that, and there's sufficient evidence to go forward. And now this case can go forward. So now team owners will have to testify.
Colin got a case, goddammit. We going to court. All right? Okay? That's big, that the fact that the NFL, with all the money they got, couldn't get this case dismissed. That means that Colin has some type of evidence that shows, yes, he was indeed blackballed, even though anybody with eyeballs can see he was blackballed.
All right, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this, too, by the way. And let's discuss what Nick Cannon had to say about Azalea Banks. If you guys remember, Azalea Banks was on Wildin' Out, and she said she started crying. She was upset about her appearance. She felt like it was racial. Here's what happened on the original Wildin' Out appearance.
My boy Nick Cannon is so petty. How petty is he? He couldn't get Carter B, so he got Azalea ugly ass.
Wait a minute.
What's wrong with you?
He's stupid. He is stupid.
Sorry, can I just say that was very anti-black?
Oh. Get him back.
I didn't think that was funny.
Now, Azalea Banks says that these were colorist jokes that were aimed at her expense during that taping. Well, here's what Nick Cannon had to say about the whole Azalea Banks situation while he was on Everyday Struggle.
It's funny because I told her, because she broke down, and I was like, yo, anything you don't want to air, just let me know. And we won't do it because she said it right there. She was like, that's very anti-black. I was like, yo, that's not what I'm about. But if you feel that way, I'll take it out. And then when she went on that rant the next day, I was like, all right, well, I got to let the world see what really happened to show that she was overreacting. But really, you understand that comes from self-hurt.
All right.
That is true, though. I mean, she feels a way about that already. We know that. Like, Azalea Banks has always discussed colorism.
Then Wildin' Out is not the place to go.
Yeah, but I'm saying she's always discussed colorism and, how she's felt about her complexion and how people compare her to lighter, fairer skinned women. So if you're going to say that a light-skinned girl is pretty and say she's ugly, of course that's going to make her feel away.
All right.
Wildin' Out was not the place to go
it
for.
definitely wasn't the place to go because people are going to make jokes at your expense.
Of everything, yep.
So Wildin' Out is the place where you can go and say what you want to say and let it be a joke. I need to go on Wildin' Out more then. Okay, absolutely. Nick, I want to come back. All right.
I mean, the whole point of the show is that they diss each other
and make fun of each other. Yeah.
Isn't that the whole point of the show?
It's kind of like a roast.
We live in such a sensitive world where everybody's offended about everything. I didn't know that there was a safe space for people to get these jokes off, even if they are about things like colorism. I just didn't know.
I don't think that joke was a colorism joke, though.
Colorism. I don't think she was saying you're brown skin, so you're ugly. That's not what the joke was.
They were just comparing another female artist, in my opinion.
I think it was more about her success.
Oh, so I can call women ugly on this show if I say it's a joke?
You have.
Back in the day,
and
people get upset about that.
And you call them all kinds
so
of
I can
things.
do it as long as it's a joke. I'm just trying to know now. Just give me the rules.
You still do it.
No, I don't.
You don't call people fat anymore?
Yes, I called Callie fat yesterday.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, well, let me answer again. That's your rumor report.
But that's a show on jokes.
If I do it in the context of jokes.
No, but that show is about jokes.
It's not.
This show is not about snapping on each other. Snap each other.
If there's a show where you're supposed to be dissing each other and you know that's why you're coming on it, you should expect
totally different.
people to say
Well, that's what the Breakfast Club is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Okay. That's what the Breakfast Club is.
You better stop snorting, man. You've been snorting a lot recently. I just want to tell you that.
I know I sound like Khaled, even though I'm not as big as him.
You still Anyway, when we come back, we have comedian and author Miss Pat
drop
joining
one of
us.
Clues Bombs for Miss Pat. Let me tell you something.
I'm mad I wasn't here for this.
You may not know who Miss Pat is right now, but you will after this interview. Miss Pat is special. Okay, she's got a book out called Rabbit, and she's got a TV show in the works based on her life that Lee Daniels is doing. And I really can't wait for y'all to hear from Miss Pat.
Yeah,
I was really mad that I wasn't here for this one. And I read that book, and I was so disappointed I was away.
And I think it's very important to say, since we just had this conversation, Miss Pat is a comedian.
Right,
Who's
so she can make jokes.
lived a very harsh life. And the things that she's talking about are about her and her life and her experiences. So don't get offended, okay?
All right. We'll get into that. We'll get into it when we come back. All right, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.